Hello Rust friends, and welcome to Tweak's Guide to Building. Today's lesson is going to be how to make a base that attacks your opponents for you. When people run on top of this base, they're going to die almost instantly, and if they don't, they will be hurting, they will be bleeding, and you will be able to kill them very, very easily. So, we want to find a place that has a little hill so that we can build out in every single direction. Now, you can do this by having more foundations down, but it's just easier if I do it this way. Alright, we're going to use this little hill right here. Now, you want to find the perfect ground so that you can build out in every direction. Looks like the perfect ground would be about here for me. Yeah. So now we're going to start with building a 1x1. Just as almost every Rust player does. You can choose whether you want to put a ceiling on. If you have enough wood, you should make it more of a 2x1 and do this kind of thing. Put a door here, walls that go here and here, and the ceiling up top, and then you have a 2x1. Now this can have a staircase in it. That staircase is going to go up top where you will retrieve the loot bags once people die. Now, the next part of it is we need to surround this 1x2 with foundations. So it turns into a 3x3. Okay? Just like this, as you can see. Next, we're going to place our pillars. And also our walls. Like so. Now, this is one of the most crucial parts to getting this base right. You place the ramps down, like so, and then take note of this plank here. On every single ramp it is the exact same. There's a lighter plank that runs right in the middle. Okay, and we're going to take note of that for a good reason. You want to build spikes, the small spikes, not larges, smalls, and put them on your ramps just below the plank. And it has to be straight or else it might screw up. You don't want the foundations to be through the wall, the spikes to be through the wall like this. You want it to be sitting so that people cannot see that there are spikes here. And you want to put it just like that. Now, if I was to put a ceiling on it, notice here that the spikes are in the ceiling, but when I put it on, you cannot see them from the top. We're going to keep doing this all the way around. Like so. Now, I gotta spawn a couple more in. Alright, and then we'll continue placing the spikes. This is a very deadly base. Personally, it's one of my favorites to have it right at hangar or at small rad. Anywhere where there's PvP and people have an invite to jump on a base, because they will jump on it and they will try to explore it and search for your loot boxes. Now, if you felt like it, you could place the walls up and such, but I can't really do it here. Should place them as you're going along and placing the spikes. But you could encase them all like that, so that if someone C4s the side of your house, they have to go through a ramp and a spike, and they can't go left or right without more C4. Now, we're going to cover all this up with ceilings, and I'll turn my God off. Now, if I walk on anything but these two ceilings, I will start taking damage, and I don't have any medkits, so let me just spawn a couple medkits in. Alright. Now, I'm going to go and walk on this. As you can see, I am at half health from just walking on it for half a second. If I was to run on that, I would die pretty quickly. One of the things I have done in the past is just make a long corridor attached to my base with a drop down inside of it, and if we get attacked by a team, we will rush out the front door with some petty gear like revolvers and cloth, let's say, and a little bit of ammo. And when we die, should I mention we're gonna die intentionally, the team will run into the hallway and just die. At that point, we'll respawn and close the door behind their loot sacks and take everything they had. Now, this is a pretty good base. 3x3, anyone goes on top of it, they will die. The only problem is, not many people are going to go on top of it because they cannot get on top of it. So, thus brings us to part of the next step, which is to add foundations and turn this into a 5x5, and I do not have Instacraft. What's the command? Crafting.instant. True? Yes, okay. Now we're going to craft some foundations. We're going to place these all around the base so it turns into a 5x5. Now, if you wanted, you could actually build the 3x3 up or the 2x1 up, but right now we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to place our pillars. And our walls on the outside. This is going to be the way into your base for now, so we'll just wall it up like that. Might not even want to do the walls actually yet. If you're going to expand it out, you could do the exact same thing here and do that, but we're actually going to use ramps this time. Shoot. So, you want to get the spike walls out first, before the ramps. This is the tricky part, okay? A lot trickier than the ramps, because you have to put it about a third of the way up, not in the center, about a third. Eventually, after doing it for a while, you will get the hang of it, and be able to place it pretty instantly. Now, as you can see, you can actually see the spikes coming out of this one. Now that means that I should move the spike wall up a little bit more, not much. I guess you could line it up with this plank here if you wanted to. Like that. And bam, you can't even see the spikes. We'll go ahead and add walls to the side of that so that people can't see. Now, depending how you want to do this, you might want to add a wall here, you might not. If you are going to pillar up the entire outside wall, I would recommend you do not, because it kind of screws things up a little bit. But if you're going to leave, if you were going to build it and make a huge tower, well, you would want to do that and build up as you usually do. But for now, we're not going to do that. We'll just keep placing these spike walls, checking on the depth. Looks like that one's good. Could have been placed a little closer, but it works. Anywhere you can see a spike, like right there, you want to place a wall. Now I would fix that, but since this video is taking quite a while, I am not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and rush it so that you can see the final product. I got to spawn in some more walls. 1 second. Alrighty. That one wasn't placed good at all. That one I will redo. Let's try it. Oh, well, it works. But I should be placing them a little better. That's good. Right about there. Alright. So now people are going to run up, they're going to die instantly. They run on here, they're going to die instantly as well. Very useful base. Very well designed. Personally, it is one of my favorites. Put this in any PvP place. The ramps look so inviting that people will just run right up and die. You can even come up and do this. Just put ramps everywhere. Everywhere that goes up. You can see I kind of screwed it up right here. So I personally might put a barricade or two in front of that so people can't see the spikes. But yeah, this is the center right here. Oh no, sorry, this is the center right here. As you can see, it being a 5x5, one floor. They could destroy this and blow through 2 walls, but they're gonna die at least once, and you're most likely gonna raise this up. I'll show you how I would do it quickly. First off, I need more wood. Alright, now I need stairs. Now, if you're going to keep your loot room here, I would not put stairs. I would almost make another room out here and just add a staircase on the outside of the base somewhere. You could even expand it a couple foundations and then put like stairs and another doorway or another 2 doorways. But for the sake of, because most people make a tower, we'll make it a 5x5 tower and such. So now this right here, this is going to be your windowed room. Put a window there, wherever you want really. Because you want them to run up and shoot you through the windows. If you die, it doesn't matter because they can't get your stuff, unless of course they loot through the window. But they're going to come up here and try to loot through the window, but they're not going to be able to because they'll just die. So, yeah. We'll add a couple extra doors. There and there. Add another wall and another set of stairs. You can add a doorway here to make it a double doorway. And a doorway there. I don't want to put a ceiling there, no, I want to put another staircase. Okay. Alright. We'll add the ceilings on top of it. And we need more pillars. Once again, make windows to shoot people through. These ones make it a little harder to kill you. You can still put doors here and here to make them drop down, but we're gonna make another layer of drop down doors anyways. So that's that. We need another staircase. Now, you could honestly leave this open. Sometimes I like to do that. I will make a doorway here. And I will just put barricades up here and I'll shoot people from here. They can't really get up. If they try to, they're gonna die. Once again, you can jump off here. You shouldn't get hurt. I kind of got hurt because it's another foot lower, but if you land on top of the ramp, you will not get hurt at all. See? You can go 2 floors. If you don't jump off it, you can go to the 2nd floor and just fall off and you will take no damage. I'm sure most of you already know that. And the next floor is going to be pretty much the same thing, just with windows here, here, and here, and drop down doors to the side and to the back. The reason for all these drop down doors is, well, for one thing, I usually have a big team of 10 people, and we usually have separate places that we jump out at the same time to shoot people. Another reason is with the drop down doors here, you can easily loot anywhere, pretty much. Oh, so say if you were going to loot some loot sack over there, you drop down, stay right next to the wall, and you shouldn't get too hurt. It depends on how you built it, but if you stay next to the wall, or even probably because the spikes are closer to the wall, you'd want to go around here, stay on right here, and you can collect all the loot without dying. Now we're going to finish this tower off, and because it is going to be more of a PvP tower, we're going to end up doing this. This prevents people from barricading up, pillocading it's called. Now you want to do this all around the base. Every side, every angle. Taking a little while here for me, but I'm going pretty fast. Might be another couple of minutes though to get the whole thing done, but this will make it pretty much unrateable. And after this too, you can add your foundation on like over here or over there, all around it with spikes or with pillars going up to prevent people from pillocading. Just make sure that you fill up every single corner and the centers with your pillars. You can't miss a spot, or else they will be able to take advantage of that. Alright. Now the next thing we want to do is expand the 3x3. And then you want to go up top and place your ceilings. Whoops. Now I'm going to do this because I want to have a separate staircase. Right? And we can put 2 doors here and such. Whoops, I need to do that one. Close to completion now. Very close. Perfect. Now the only place they can really take advantage of is the one spot in front of it. They could attach a foundation and build up. I'm sure they could do that for the others, but if you expand these pillars high enough, they will die if it's 3 floors above your floor. So we'll go ahead and expand these up a bit. Remember, I have God mode on right now, so I can walk on these ceilings. Alright, I think that's pretty much all of the pillars. Alrighty, let's get to the top. So now you want to do this all around your base, every pillar you can. The higher it's raised, the less likely you are to get raided. It's a very, very simple thing that people do to their bases. You will see 3x1s like this all the time, in fact, especially on the higher populated servers. But I have yet to see somebody who has a design quite exactly like mine, and I just broke my legs. Quick tip, if you break your legs, disconnect and reconnect, and your legs will be unbroken. Like so. Keep in mind that disconnecting drops your body, and when your body drops, people around you can hear it. Numerous times when I have disconnected from a server, people have found me and killed me in those 10 seconds it takes to reconnect. So a warning to you guys that you could be found if you'd use that little trick. Alright, we have the pillars up. This is going to be the loot room for say. Now you could expand the floors more, but I'm running out of time for this video. So I'm only going to do this. Put the ceilings on. You could raise it up. You could add. One thing I will add actually is a ramp. And one thing that I do like to do on my towers, I don't know about anybody else, I will ramp it up like so. You put your pillars and you put your walls. I mean, you can put a combination of windows in too if you want, but I like mostly ramps. And then you add your ramps. Remember, this will prevent people from glitching into your base from through the ceiling. So it should be a good idea to put it on anyways now, but I know a lot of people do not. Whoops. Alright, now we have a place we can shoot out of. The pillars aren't up all the way, but you would want to raise them so that people, if they build on top of the pillars, for example, and they have to jump down, that they will die if they jump down. But for the most part, this is a really, really well thought out base. And yeah, I mean, I love it. I use it all the time. You might have seen it in some servers. But not many people know about this trick with the spikes. Now, some modded servers might prevent you from putting a spike under a ramp, or putting a spike under a ceiling on top of a ramp, and you might not be able to do it. But most servers I've played on allow it, with the exception of under the ramp. And that time, when that happens, you have to change it to a ceiling, of course, and then just add 1 or 2 ramps to the side for them to run up. But for the most part, this base is one of the best I have ever come up with for PvP. And now, just for an example, I am going to go and kill myself. I don't have God on it anymore, so I see this base. I see windows there, right? I want to run up and look at what's in the windows, for example. So I'll go up here. I'll run over to the window and I'll start looking in it. And I'm already at 40 health. Most people won't even notice up. They'll just run straight up here and look in and they'll die. Just like that. Alright. This concludes Tweak's tutorial on how to make a spiked base that kills you without the spikes actually being shown. I hope you use this base wisely. Use this base wisely because it is definitely one of the best PvP bases out there. Fortunately, it does take quite a lot of wood to build it, but that's what after hours is for, when nobody's on and everybody is sleeping. Everybody have a good night, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you would like, you could add me to your favorites list or subscribe to me. I will be adding more Rust videos and such as I go along. Thank you all and have a good night.